Hey guys, how's it going? Red Wizard here. Back again with another contrast painting tutorial. Tonight we have a flesh puppy on the table. Gonna get him pounded out as fast as we can, as sexy as we can. Get him gorgeous. So we started off with the brown, dark brown all over. Then we shot from directly above, we gave him a little spray of wraithbone from the spray can. And that's where we started from. Now we're working some Flesh Terror red contrast all over his fleshy bits. And it's the darkest red in the contrast line. So one of the tricky things about flesh hounds, at least for me, are they're mostly flesh, right? So there's not a lot to break up, the flesh color. So we're gonna try to get some tonal variation in there and kind of make things interesting to look at still. These new flesh hound models are definitely an improvement over the last kit, so it's exciting to have new flesh hounds to play with. I was painting these up, and I don't know why, but I always kind of thought, when I think of flesh hounds, you think of like large dog size things, but these things are like horse size or bigger. You don't want a flesh hound coming after your business, you know what I'm saying? Alright, so we got the Flesh Terror red all done, and now we got the Shaiish purple going on his little dooflappies. That's the official name, dooflappy. And we're also going to hit his back ridges, furs, whatever it might be back there. So yeah, the Shaiish purple is really dark. So sometimes, sometimes I feel like it's too dark. But it looked pretty good on this, so maybe I just gotta play with it more. I don't know. We'll see as we continue to make these videos how we feel about it. But I thought it came out pretty good on this model. Get his toenails so he can be fabulous. This one took me a little bit longer than the Bloodletter, but there were a couple things that I kind of went over and redid. So I think you could get a unit out in, I don't know, 40 minutes, 45 minutes, something like that. Once you kind of figure it out. Gotta make sure you hit your skulls with the skeleton horde down there below. And then we're just gonna put some black Templar on this rock to make it look rock-like. We'll do some dry brushing and stuff to it later too. Alright, so now we're doing our little trick. We're gonna go ahead and put our wraithbone over anywhere we want to be a highlight. And on this guy we're going to actually do 2 highlights, so this one's going to be a little bit larger than we might normally do, because we're going to do a smaller one after this one. So pretty much anywhere he's got little bumpies, gonna get them bumpies. And anywhere else you want to highlight, like on the edge of his tail, on his little toeses. He's a good boy. Yeah, so I've been trying to get all my corn stuff painted up here. I've been fiddling around with the corn army for, I don't know, however long Sigmar's been out. And trying to get it finished up. My new thing is to actually finish an army every once in a while. We'll see how that works out. So you can already kind of see where the highlights are popping out from just the one coat of contrast, but we're going to make it better. We can do better. Oh yeah. Don't forget his head. These guys have a really nasty like seam line right down the middle of their head. So a trick to use is or this is what I do. I have the Plastic Magic super glue. I'm sure it will work with any kind of super thin super glue that you have, but I just kind of put it over the crack, let it dry, do that a couple times, and then when you paint, it'll it'll seal up that crack and it won't be as noticeable. Even on the heavy metal picture, like on the website, you can still kind of see that seam line. So it's a nasty one. Yeah, I mean you can fill it in too if you're a pro, but yeah, we don't do shit like that. Just stick some super glue in there. All right, here we go. Blood Angel Red. This is our second coat of contrast. So the thought is that the parts that we didn't recolor with our Wraithbone are going to get darker, and now these are going to be the lighter Dark Angels red color because it's a little bit, it's like the mid red tone, or I guess the lighter red tone here. So yeah, what you can't tell right now, but when it dries, you'll be able to tell the difference. Oh yeah, now we're going to our metals. Vallejo metal color, never leave home without it. All he has is his little color. And then I think I get some at some point here. I think with this one, this is the dark aluminum. I get some on his head. So a little trick, yeah, see right there. So I just kind of scrubbed a little bit off, and then got a brush I hadn't been using, and just got water and wiped it off. So for you new guys out there, if you get something like that on the model, if you can, if it hasn't started to dry too bad, you can just wipe it off with some water, guys. So it's for the newbies out there. Now we're on our Magos purple, and we're going to go over all the parts that we previously painted with Shaiish purple to give it a little bit of variation and just a lighter tone on those highlights. On his dewflappies, in his fur ridges. These are all in the realms of Chaos Medical Journal, or Veterinary Journal, I should say. Got his tongue. And then we're going to do our little gloss non-oil wash on the metal. Alright, back to our Wraithbone. And we're going to do another highlight. This time we're going to do just the parts that we really want to stick out. Oh yeah. Oops, out of frame. So his little metal, there's like a little corn, this thing right here, the corn symbol. That was my problem child on this model. I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. So I think at first we go with the purple, then later on we switch it up. So just pick the one you like the best if you want to follow along with this. That's the only thing that I might, if I was going to do a whole unit of these, I might consider maybe using a non-contrast paint on the little wound right there, just to make it pop out a little bit better. Alright. Now we just did a little dry brushing over the bumpy parts so that we can get the bumps and the lumps and the pumps and the bumps. Alright, so now we're getting crazy. I'm going to go over everything with the Griff Charger Orange. But Mr. Wizard, flesh hounds aren't orange. What do you do? You're crazy. It's going to be okay, I promise. Just bear with me. Make sure you go over everything. It's going to give us a nice tonal variation in our final product. This nice orange color. Get his face. Under his dewflappies. Alright, now we're going to touch up our purple that we re-highlighted. looking sexy now. Going over our skulls a little bit more. We highlighted those up earlier. Got those teeths. Alright, so now this is a little over 1:1, so a little bit more contrast medium than Flesh Terror Red. And we're just going to lightly glaze over the whole model again to bring it back into the red tone. See, you thought I was crazy, but no. It's going to be a red flesh hound, don't worry. So you can still see the orange pop out, especially on the highlights, but this will make it, look red again. So we're going to go over all our fleshy bits. Love those fleshy bits. Yeah, it's just some brush cleaner, so sometimes when I'm painting, I'll just use that to kind of reshape the brush a little bit instead of slurping on it. I know a lot of you guys are brush slurpers. I prefer not to slurp brushes, so I use the brush cleaner there. I mean, it's just, whatever floats your boat, man, but yeah, see, so the little symbol, I think we ended up going with like the yellow that we use for the eyes in that little symbol there. So now we're painting on his little spikies. Same color as our teeths. Again, these are all veterinary terms. Yeah, so like I said, this thing's kind of a pain in the ass. Yeah, I thought about maybe trying like a pink to make it look like a wound, but I don't know, maybe if you wanted to do pink there and then like make the tongue more pink or something, you could do that. But I went with the yellow, the same yellow that I used for the eyes here. I went ahead and used that. Oh, I'm sorry, this is Skeleton Horde for the spikes. But then we're going to use the Nasdrak, I think it is, yellow for his eyes. And then I also hit that little wound there with it. It looks pretty good. You could also use the purple, so that's what I tried first, is the purple, and yeah, didn't look, just kind of like faded into the model, I thought, so I changed it up. Yeah, so pick your poison on that one. Just going to touch up the metal a little bit, since we did a couple of contrast layers on there. Alright, so here's our finished flesh hound. Like I said, this one took a little bit longer than the bloodletters, but not too much. I think you could get a unit done, like I said, about 40 minutes probably once you have everything schemed out. So hope you enjoyed this one, and we'll be back again hopefully next week with another contrast video. And I'll see you guys around the interwebs. Peace.